if you guys have been paying attention, you might have seen a post from me getting a message from CWS staff saying, hey, Tan, I know we haven't spoken directly before, so this kind of sucks to message you about first. After reviewing our content creator program for Ghosts of Tabor, we are revoking your access for breach of terms that can include NDA or code of conduct. Don't shoot the messenger. So I will tell you this. I have not broken any NDA whatsoever. And by NDA, what they mean by that is by being a content creator, marked as a content creator for Ghosts of Tabor, we had access to a special Discord section that the devs would, actively leak info and show us what they were working on before it hit the public. And, we had access to those things. So anything, if anything, that was shared there, anything that is shared there as far as regards to development of the game is under NDA. So what I'm seeing and reading here is it's possible they think that I was leaking information about Ghosts of Tabor's development to other people. They're probably assuming Lon and Caveman Studios because I've been playing a lot of Xville Zone, right? I promise you, my word is very important to me. My trust, my name, and my reputation is very important to me. I did none of those things. I did not breach any NDA. I definitely had the access to do so. But my reputation is too important to me, so I would never do anything like that. But they're saying that can include NDA or code of conduct. So they're not telling me specifically what they're accusing me of, okay? They're giving me two maybe answers, that it can be either of those two things. I'm being accused of doing two things with no proof and no explanation of why I was removed, okay? At least according to this initial message. And I have not seen a response after my message here, my response to them. So I haven't gotten any other answers. So, we've been in this situation before, chat. If you guys remember, maybe, 6 months ago, 6-ish months ago, Scott had randomly came into my live stream channel and was, in lack of a better word, acting very unprofessional, and accusing me of, wishing the downfall of CWS and accusing that I had said these things and, basically just talking the company and hating on the company. All of which wasn't true, right? He apparently, and once again, I don't have any proof of this because he wouldn't send me any proof. Scott refused to send me any proof of these private messages in private channels of me wishing the downfall of CWS and hating on the people that work there and the company. So I was accused of doing those things. He took action live on the channel, and then I reached out and was like, bro, we need to sit down and talk about this. So we had a conversation, just him and I basically had him list all the points of why he thought I did what I did. And then I tackled them one by one. And at the end of the call, at least what he said to me, at the end of the call, he was on my side. And he's like, all right, my bad. I'll be more careful about it in the future. Right? So we had resolved that, and that was over. But now we're seeing a second instance of me being accused of doing something without any proof, nor explanation, and being used as a reason to remove me from the content creator program. Now, once again, it's their company. They can do whatever they want. It just would be nice on the receiving end, on my end, to have a clear and exact reason and understanding for why I was removed, right? I mean, I don't think press 1 if you think I'm asking for too much. Press 2 if you think that's reasonable. Anyways, this was announced. I made a post about it on the Discord, and I was keeping a very close eye on general chat within Ghosts of Tabor, because I knew other people would start asking questions about it, and maybe we might get, and once again, don't shoot the messenger. Like, Viewey's he's probably just being told to go do this. He's part of like the community management stuff. I doubt this call came from Viewey directly. So no hate on Viewey. It probably has nothing to do with him. He's just the messenger. So I figured, you know, people would be asking questions in the general chat, and I was just curious if maybe more answers would arise there. So I saw this message come through. Someone was asking about, you know, why I was removed, etc. And Viewey gave this response in the general Discord. You guys can find this message. It's still there unless it was deleted. Additionally, Tan is allowed to enjoy and post about Exfil Zone as much as he likes. But no game studio, Combat Waffle Studios or not, is going to allow a creator to be promoted as their partnered creator while they go and promote the competition. I wish Tan all the best, but don't expect to be promoted on one game while you play the competition. Shrug emoji. Now, I can understand this, okay? It makes sense to me. Even though CWS has constantly stated they don't give a about what Exfil Zone is doing. They've openly called it, you know, Timu Tabor and all this stuff, when both companies are just trying to make Tarkov in VR, right? I just get contradictory opinions from them. They don't care about what other people do. And then also, chat, in that one-on-one conversation I had with Scott back on that 6 month ago blow up, I asked him the hard questions. I asked him, once we had tackled the DMs being fabricated and all those things, and they weren't true, and someone's trying to basically, you know, defraud and defame my reputation. I asked him, I said, I'm going to be comparing the two games, Exfil Zone, the two games being Exfil Zone and Ghost of Tabor. And, you know, I'm going to be playing it. And you know what he said in response? And I have proof. I don't think, I mean, if we want to get into that, I could show the clip, but I have proof of him saying he doesn't care about all that. He doesn't mind if I compare the two games and play the other game. He's the CEO, the owner of the company explicitly told me he doesn't mind if I compare the two games in a critical review fashion or play the other game. It's just like, I'm just getting mixed signals here, guys. Am I getting removed from the creator program because I'm playing Exfil Zone, like this post right here says? Or am I getting removed because I breached NDA or code of conduct? And if it is because I'm playing Exfil Zone, so be it. That's fine. But why? And I don't want anything. I don't want anyone else to get any repercussions when I'm going to say what I'm about to say. But, you know, Rage Sack and a handful of other creators who played a ton of Tabor and now are mainly playing Exfil Zone, they're still in the creator program. And once again, I don't want to see like Rage Sack removed because of this or like anything. I don't want that. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of why am I directly being targeted. A bunch of other people got removed too. It wasn't just me. But why is this now being given the reason, what you see on screen, but no game studio, CWS or not, is going to allow a creator to be promoted as their partner creator while they go and promote the competition. It just doesn't hold up. You understand what I mean? Timeless has also covered the other game too. I love all these people. I don't want any ill things about these people. I'm just pointing out examples where this statement right here is not being applied to everybody. I'm getting targeted for reasons that we can only assume, chat, because we don't actually have the reasons. So now we just get to sit here and assume and guess and wonder because they're not willing to give me a direct answer of why. And I hope they do eventually, because then I could just be like, oh, okay, here's the reason. That's it. We don't have to wonder anymore, right? But everything I've been given so far and seen so far, just... it feels like they're hiding the real reason for removing me. They know the real reason why they kicked me out, whether it's because they just don't like me or they're drawing assumptions that because I hang out with Lon that I'm just leaking information to him and his company so that they can destroy CW. That's what I really think is happening. I think that's probably the reason, whether they're willing to admit it or not, or prove me wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but it feels like there's a real hidden reason, and it's based in the fact that they just don't like me, which is fine. Then just tell me that, okay? I don't expect everybody to like me. That's okay, but don't tell me that I breached NDA, that I breached code of conduct, that because I played EZ, that's why I get banned or removed from the content creator program, when other people are doing the same thing and aren't getting repercussions for it like I did. And still, even after all of that, chat, all of this going on, guess what? Because I'm not a monster, I still don't wish the downfall of CWS. I still don't wish ill will on the people who work there who are trying to make a living. I will always be critical of any game or product that I play. It doesn't matter about my opinions of the people. So it's just... I will never stoop to their level, okay? I'm not gonna... Even if someone disappoints me or, you know, does something that, you know, it's just disappointing, I'm not going to turn around and hate them for it. I'll probably be a lot more reluctant to play their game. But even then, I can put all the emotions of, like, how I feel about, you know, maybe Scott or, you know... certain individuals, I can put all that aside and just judge the game for what it is, which is what I've been doing from the beginning. And that goes for the same of a company I really like. I'm not going to, like, suck their dick and just tell them they're doing everything great. If I think in my mind that things could be improved or things are a bit broken here or there, the people who are willing to be honest about that stuff are the people you should gravitate and keep in your circle, chat, because they're going to keep you in check and they're going to help you succeed. All right. They're going to help you succeed because they're willing to tell you the uncomfortable truths. All right. Because that's not an easy thing to do, especially if you like somebody else or you like a company and you want to stay on good terms with them. It's arguably way harder and takes way more honor and guts and care and love to tell them they're doing something wrong. And it's a huge scapegoat and scumbag selfish thing to tell them they're doing something right when they're not. Okay? Even though all this is happening, I'm not going to go start doing hateful, deceitful stuff towards them to, like, get back at them. It's that type of behavior is very, you're just, you might be stooping to their level, and then it kind of absolves the wrongdoing that may have been done or not done, right? Don't do any of that stuff, guys. No one deserves that. At the end of the day, it's just like people working at an office trying to make stuff. And a lot of the people had nothing to do with this decision. Definitely don't go start spreading hate or causing trouble on my behalf, because it's not what I would do. And I'd hope you guys would follow in my lead, okay? Even when bad stuff happens to you, it doesn't mean it gives you excuse to lash out and be hurtful, hateful, destructive, etc. All right? It's a better way to live, I promise, chat. When you do that kind of stuff, it kind of validates their opinions of you too. Like, let's say someone doesn't like you, and so they do something that's harmful to you, right? Because they don't like you. And then in return, in reaction to that, you go off and do things that are like destructive, harmful, etc. And they point at that and they go, yep, see, I was right. So it kind of validates their reasoning. Whereas if you can resist that and not go down that type of path and those types of behavior, it just looks bad on them and you stay in the clear. You understand? So be good, guys. Be respectful to the CWS community, all right? As much as, you know, even if you're not getting that respect back, all right? Don't stoop to others' levels. I know some people are going to be unhinged, but I don't support any of the unhinged stuff and the hateful stuff. So if we see any of that and we can link it back to your Twitch account, we'll definitely ban you here.